Okay, hopefully now there is volume sound. Okay, hopefully. Okay. Good morning to everyone. Let's do our usual daily analysis of Bitcoin. So on the daily, I was looking for Bitcoin to go long. Unfortunately, on the long side, but you know this money flow was falling down, so I was very cautious of doing any longs. And the weekly, we have a yellow X, so we're just about to print the candle that will break this support or not. So we need a few more weeks. I would say we need 2 more weeks to say for sure that are we going to break the support or not, because that's key right now. If we're going to break this support, we're going to 14k, like 13 14k, somewhere there. This is on the weekly, on the higher time frames. On the daily, yeah, I think we will still have some upside because of the divergence in the money flow, but we have to see where this money flow goes. On the view up, there is some bullish divergence also. Now we have yellow X, 2 blood diamonds. It is looking weak. Bitcoin is looking very weak, but still we might have some upside here. Looking at the 3-hour, again the money flow is going up, it's increasing, so we have also some divergence in the in the momentum here on this indicator on market cipher B. So we can clearly see that momentum is going up, so I guess this trend would continue. It makes sense to continue. Now we got rejected on the 1 hour. It doesn't seem like a too big rejection. I guess we can recover and go up from here. Now we'll be watching the 1 hour. 45 minute, the same thing. I think we can recover, print a green dot, then it's time to long this. For a short scalp, of course, for a very small scalp. Long scalp for a small amount of money. Not short scalp. Now the 30-minute also looks to be consolidating, playing here. If we see a green momentum here dot, then maybe we can take a small long. Yeah, that's what is happening right now. Really hard rejection here at 20k, 2100. For me this is really undecipherable right now. It looks bullish, then it looks bearish. It's chopping, and I think there might be some room for a long scalp, but we're not sure, so we may continue falling down, so pick carefully. Let's see the other charts. So I didn't expect this one. I thought from here we're going to go down, and again someone supported, some whale or some, I don't know, maybe institution supported the price, and we pumped up, and when we started to pump too quick, the price went down. So I think someone is playing with the price right now. Some huge whale or institution. Um, Someone who has the money to do it. And I think this is accumulation. This is overall good. So accumulation at this level is quite nice. Now from this chart on the 21 minute we can see that we are right in the Tenkan-sen, in the middle of the cloud. So I want to see some decisive action here. I mean, decisive sign. Because right now, standing in the middle, I'm not able to take position. If we go down to 19.5, maybe I'll take a long. If we go to again 20k, good for short. But right now, I want to see where we're going, where the price is going. Is it going above the cloud, above the Ichimoku cloud, or below the Ichimoku cloud? This is what I want to see. On the daily, I think we're still consolidating, so flat line. And it's now seeing this high CVD on the daily, I think it's more probable to go down, but that's my just 2 cents. I think it's more probable to go down, but we'll see. Okay, so we have a pivot at 19.8 today. We're below the pivot, so support is, yes, approximately 19.5, 19.6. I'll be looking to maybe long this if we go there at this support, or let's say 19.5 is also good to long. Okay, let's see what is happening here. A little bit of flat line, hard rejection on the 1 hour. Interesting. Interesting. The Bitcoin price interest over time on the Google Trends is still low. I think we topped out, it was 19, 19, 20, 20. I think this wave to the upside of the interest hasn't begun yet, so you can clearly see it hasn't begun, it's flat, the interest is flat. I suppose there will be more interest in Bitcoin if the price goes down. So, to be seen. Remains to be seen. On this indicator here, I said it's very choppy. It's difficult to see anything here. Let me play Inspo Crypto on-chain analysis, and that would be from my side. So. On the MACD, yeah, it's looking strange, like very choppy, no divergences. Yeah, looking strange.
Hello folks, and welcome to another Bitcoin market analysis by Inspo Crypto. Well, the first analysis since last week, Friday. As you know, Saturday I just took off. I just said I'm not going to provide any analysis and Q&A. You know that I'm usually always providing what I'm saying, so it was a special case. I didn't know that you guys are so prying, and well, it wasn't actually a big secret, but many of you know that I don't like just to share a lot of private and personal information about me, because Inspo is for me just a different actor. That makes for me just much easier to share some informations with you. Yeah, some of you know already, Saturday was my birthday, and that's why I didn't work. I didn't spend my time in front of the screens checking what's happening in the market. I was hedging, so I'm still longing and shorting at the same time, because I mean, we still are trading in this relatively tiny trade range. So it wasn't looking like, hey, we are going to push up very hard this weekend. It was much more looking, hey, wow, that looks extremely bearish. But it seems the market is just waiting because today is Labor Day in the US, so Wall Street is not working, it's not open, and I think they are just waiting for tomorrow. And then we need to see what's going to happen, in my opinion. We still have a little bit more, in my opinion, space to the downside, and we will see. However, for all of you and for all of you with, who were such prying and asked me for the special day Saturday, and I just mentioned, okay, it's my B day, so it's nothing big. Some people thought I'm going to marry or something. No, that's not going to happen. And that's it. Of course, I just also had some really smart guys out there making stupid comments, but I know how to handle it. So, well, let us go forward and let us check what's happening today. Today, as mentioned, Wall Street is closed, so that means that it's like we will have a Sunday trading session. So, obviously, we should expect a low volume. We should expect, just kind of at least not big activity at all. Waste ratio, something that I mean, it's okay. It's really okay that the waste ratio one day time frame pushed up once again to 66. I mentioned several times 70 is a key level. From 70 up, it's critical. But also 66, it's indicating that whales are again preparing something. And the next, well, it seems like they did just in the past one like a stair. That's what's happening at the moment. And I don't know why they are doing that, but it looks a little bit like distribution. I have noticed on Twitter that some people were expecting accumulation. To be honest, I don't see any accumulation. But also, to be honest, I didn't check the entities if these guys are now accumulating or not. However, people that check their chart and say, hey, they are accumulating. Well, I mean, if I'm accumulating something, I need some space. I need a storage. I need something where I can put my accumulated asset. And the nice and beautiful thing on crypto is we have blockchain. Blockchain is transparency. We can check that. We can check if their entities are growing or just declining. Are they rising? It means they are accumulating. Are they declining? It means they are distributing. Or at least they are shifting these assets to another source, OTC, for example. However, even OTCs are using wallets, and it should appear on, for example, on the on-chain metrics on entities. So the only thing that can change is that smaller entities decline in balances and a big entity is rising. So OTC getting from its customers bitcoins, for example, and the balances of their customers are declining. That makes sense, right? So that's something we should have a look on. But that's it. I mean, at the moment, we will check today what happened because since Friday I didn't check the market anymore. We need to see what's happening there, and we are going to do that today. So we see the Wall's ratio 30 days moving average is lifting up 66. That's not huge, but we need to see what's going to happen tomorrow because it's delayed. It's indicating what happened yesterday, and we need to see what's going to today. So it's going to illustrate tomorrow what happened today. And if we take a look to the Wall's ratio 30 hours moving average, so if we check that, what we can see is the Wall's ratio 1 hour time frame is also here still lifting up, while we can see here that it touched several times almost 100%, indicating, and that's why the price declined afterwards, indicating that they are pushing the price down afterwards, and even the price is going up right now. It's also indicating that these guys are sending more bitcoins to exchanges. Even the Bitcoin reserves on centralized exchanges are lifting up. Not huge. We are not talking, it's not the same volume or dimensions we have seen, for example, in the first half of 2022. It's not happening. But we have a reduced activity, trading activity on centralized exchanges. And that also means less actors. We don't need that big volume to move the market. So let us check here. The weights ratio 30 hours moving average declined is lifting up. At the moment it looks like it wants to decline again. So I would expect to lift up, but something, right now between 85 and 100, almost 100, that's it's indicating that they are preparing something and it doesn't look bullish. If we take a look to the stablecoin reserves on centralized exchanges, it's lifting up. Not big. We are not talking about a billion or not even. We are talking maybe about 100 million or something. But, and that's the most important indicator in my opinion, is the stablecoin supply lifted up and it's declining even more now. So indicating they are really at the same time burning stablecoins just because of lack of demand, and that's nothing bullish at all. Let us go forward. So, Bitcoin spot activity. What's happening here? Well, I mean, to see on a Sunday to Monday, when Monday is just a Labor Day in the US, to see a spot inflow of 1,700 Bitcoin, that's big. That's really big. Well, what happened afterwards? The price started to decline, but I don't know if we are done here, to be honest. Even if we check, for example, what we received last Friday, that was a lot. I'm not really sure that was it, to be honest, because I don't see all these bitcoins here related to the outflows. Of course, it's possible that they are accumulating the bitcoins and will take out these bitcoins maybe tomorrow or the day after. That's always possible, but I don't know. I know this market very well. I would be very careful. I flipped at least short term to bullish. I mean, short term means for the next several weeks, but it doesn't look bullish at all. It really doesn't look bullish at all. So yeah, we received, so the inflow activity spot to centralized exchanges maintained intact even over the weekend. That's something not big at all, but we need to be careful. And another thing I don't like at all is, I don't see any big stablecoin inflow and also outflow. Usually when they start to sell all of that, you see a big stablecoin outflow because they withdraw the money after they sold their assets. It's not happening. So in my opinion, that's pure accumulation what they are doing, and we need to be extremely careful, because if they want really then, and we know they use different sources to drive the market, spot via centralized exchanges, spot via OTC, derivative, for example, as well. And they need to do that, of course, but in case that happens, they will push very hard to the downside. They don't need 50,000 bitcoins just spot, for example, to push the price down very hard. It's enough if they use OTC at the same time spot and derivative. And if they have 12, 15,000 bitcoins accumulated on centralized exchanges, something that we unfortunately don't see. That's the only thing, because it's centralized exchanges. It's not, we can check different wallets. That's part of blockchain's transparency, but we don't see if those bitcoins are sold already or just maintained there unsold, just as preparation. That's something unfortunately we can't see, at least yet. Maybe in the future. However, I would be extremely careful if you are longing, because a lot of things have to change to see something I would like to see. It's to go retest 20,500, to retest, to have a break, and then go up. I think that's only, if that happens, only works with Wall Street. Only if SPY starts to lift up with algos pushing and generating a buy pressure, then it could be possible. Otherwise, it's going to be a big challenge. So let us go forward. Here we go. We see here the future market, and what we see here is, funding rate lifted up, declined, lifted up, declined, lifted up, declined, lifted up. It's illustrating in a very accurate way what the market or the price action is doing. It's up, down, up, down, up, down. We have just a resistance at 20,500. We have a support at 19,500. We are retesting several times the support area, and we have retested several times the resistance area. It's a matter of time. One of them will fall. The question is up or down. Even I think we will go up, as mentioned. I couldn't make a bet again against that we can retest our 18K current bottom. That's still possible. It's still on the table. and it would match to what I'm seeing related to spot exchanges and so on and so forth. So, that's why I'm hedging. And even if they wreck my long, I will do enough money with my short. And the opposite way will happen if they wreck my short. But it's not to optimize the gain, of course not. It's with extremely high risk management, and it's not funny. But we have to adapt. Open interest looks very interesting with and very accurately lifting up with the leverage ratio. So we are close. We are very close to have a price action. Up, down, and then up only, declined a little bit, up only, and now it declined a little bit. Both leverage ratio and open interest doing almost exactly the same. So if we declined an open interest because the price declined, it happened here again, and since then just up, indicating people are expecting, hey, we are all the time just below 20k, so I'm going to long, and that could be the trap, because I will show you. We are collecting longs, a lot of longs, at least based on Binance. That's absolutely not funny at all. So 107 millions on stablecoins to derivative exchanges. Not bad, not huge. If we check here, 3,400 bitcoins to derivative exchanges. That was the market maker. That's something I can tell you directly now, because that's the only thing I have checked today. That was the fund flow, just to see if the entities are active at the moment, and they are. So also these guys are expecting something. And we know that we have here a lot of activity and volume related to Bitcoin and Bitcoin collateral futures. We don't know if they are preparing something, if that plays out. We just have here 6,300 Bitcoins outflow, and that was it. So not big at all. Another thing, but first of all, let us go forward. That's Binance. So we have the aggregated open interest here, for example. That's the aggregated one. We can see what happened here. We are not reaching the same level we had just before. You remember, before we did this dump here from 24,600. Since then, we declined a lot in open interest, but it's lifting up. Even if it's declining right now because they are liquidating and some shorts are closing and some longs are taking profit, but we also need to be very careful. Also, another indicator that's very interesting. We see here a long of liquidations. Also here, a lot of longs. Here they liquidated a lot of shorts, like here, for example. Since then, nothing, 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 nothing. Also something we need to be very careful, because as you see, the gaps between those liquidation clusters are not that long. Few days, sometimes 1 week. So yeah, it would be time to bring some action to the market. If we check the Binance open interest, it's the main driver. Of course, it's declining, as you can see in the aggregated one here. That's the yellow graph, the yellow line, and that's happening here as well, just because the price is lifting up. But I mean, you see they are liquidating shorts, but I mean, we are talking here about, in the last 2 hours, 70 bitcoins, and that's the aggregated one. So 70 bitcoins, that's fine in 2 hours, but not that big. So it seems they are just liquidating now late shorts, while they are accumulating more longs. And that's something we will check right now. But before we go forward, even that's now a little bit off topic, but something I have noticed, and we need to be also careful, is miners. Miners over the weekend sent or are showing a bigger outflow of 5,500 bitcoins. Usually these 5,500 bitcoins go to OTC or to centralized exchanges to sell. Also, careful. Let us go forward, and then now the bad news. Oh, it declined a lot, but however, it keeps being a bad news. 70 to 30. That's not going to work. That's really not going to work. As mentioned several times, as long we have that big difference between longs and shorts, Binance will do everything to shake out. Will do everything to reduce the longs. Everything. And yeah. So also something where I would say I need to reduce my expectations. Even I think we will go up very soon. Soon, 1 week, 2 weeks, something I don't know. And even then, I can't tell you if it's going to be a fake rally and then nuke, because September, I have mentioned so many times, September is going to be a big pain in the ass month. But we will see. The month is relatively new, 5 days old, so we need to see. But this year is pain in the ass. On Ethereum, once again, looks absolutely realistic, 50-50, because that's what I will do, and that's what my beers are saying at the moment, 50-50, but not 70-30. That's not going to work. It's overloaded with longs. It's absolutely overloaded with longs. So the Kingfisher, let us check the Kingfisher. Give me a blue one. Wow. Wow. 15 credits. Thank you very much, Kingfisher. 15 credits. Amazing. So let us start with Binance and check what Binance is going to show us. Hmm. Not big in volume, 50 million is the maximum, but we can see that shorts are longing are coming. Also related to Kingfisher. I need to talk to Ben Alstein. You remember not last week or not last Saturday, the week before, when I had the Q&A and we talked about the Kingfisher. He said, hey, I can provide some information about the Kingfisher, how it works and what all these bars are indicating, and I look forward to that. I will talk to him and provide this information. I would like to have a stream with him where he is just providing this information directly to us. But yeah, I need to talk to him. However, if we take a look, 21,350 would be the next bigger cluster related to shorts, and I would say 18,100 to the longs. Let us take a look if FTX structure related to the liquidation map looks similar. I think it looks similar. Yes, it looks similar. Wow. I mean, here not. I would say this would look a little bit different. It would look more that way, but this one looks absolutely. So someone have started to long with low leverage, but big volume. However, it's spreading, and that would also explain why we have 1.7 billion. We had almost 2 billions today. That was crazy. I was very close to close my long and to say, what the hell, all in short. But, patience. Everything. It's just a matter of time that the price will start to bring some actions. So let us go forward. So let us see. What is FTX doing? They bought here to sell again. I don't think that was a great deal. Sometimes it's better just to stay away. But yeah, well, I don't know why they did that, but I don't care. However, doesn't look like accumulation or distribution. At the moment, distribution just before they accumulated, but that's it. Let us take a look here. Binance. Well, okay, that looks very hard like distribution. Doesn't look like accumulation at all based on CBD. I mean, we are talking about here, let me check. Yeah, almost 14,200 negative CBD. That's a lot. Not indicating why the price maintains, at least since we are below 20k, it maintains at 20k. It lifted up, it declined, it lifted up, it declined. We had some traps, and that's it. While Binance is distributing. Bitfinex distributing. Negative CBD, 3,000 bitcoins. Wow. Really wow. The only ones, Binance, Coinbase. Coinbase is always positive CBD, something. I don't know. I really don't know how that works. But whoever. So that doesn't look great at all. Retailers buying. Shrimps buying. These guys accumulating. I mean, let us take a look. They started to accumulate June, the beginning of June, June 3rd. And it's the second biggest entity based on balances. So the biggest one are the market makers with over, well, right now at 5 million. And these guys had in the beginning of June, 4,240,000 bitcoins. And now they have 4,320,000 bitcoins. We are talking about almost 80,000 bitcoins more. It's nice. It's not huge, but it's nice because the Bitcoin or the market makers, they are just, when they are declining its balances, we are talking about much more 100, 150,000, but 80,000, it's really not that bad. These guys here declining in balances right now, and the market maker entities lifting up. So let us check, because now it's going to be interesting. You remember what I have mentioned about their their higher lows, right? Related to their balances. So they had 4,920,000 bitcoins here, then 4,930,000 bitcoins here. Oh, and 4,930,000 bitcoins here. However, it looks like higher lows. So it's going to be very interesting because they declined its balances while the price didn't decline very much. As you can see, the price maintained. And now they are lifting up. In my opinion, they did very nice gains with Bitcoin collateral futures. That's what they mainly are doing. But yeah, they are not accumulating, not yet at least. So it's something we can't see at the moment. Yeah, and that's it. So here, nothing big to mention. Let us go forward. See, also here, what the hell
I'm not interested into the exchange walls.
is happening? 18 to 18.
To be honest, I think we will have more upside. Now we have this 15 green momentum. Let's see, 30-minute, 45-minute. Just playing on the Tenkan-sen. I don't want to place a wonk here. There might be some small, very small upside, but risk reward is not worth it right now. Be completely transparent. Risk reward is not worth it. Okay, have a good day. I'll get back to you tomorrow with some further analysis, but for now I'm not I'm passing on the price action.